Show. I'll be your host, A60. I know we're going a little bit off schedule than normal, but had other things to take care of. But now we back, so we will be taking care of today's show. I'll be interviewing a good friend of mine, a brother of mine, and just so you know, we'll get this taken care of. I know I'm looking for something on my shirt. It looks like it's a spot on my shirt. So I'm sorry if you see me. It just aggravated me to look at that spot on my shirt. But I'm interviewing a good friend of mine, a brother of mine. We're gonna talk sports. We're gonna talk life. Um, we're gonna go down the lane, memory lane, about a couple of things. He's a Kansas City guy, but now he resides in Dallas. Um, we're going to talk about a few things, refereeing, AAU stuff that I want to get his opinion on, high school prep, because I know he's in that field. So we're going to definitely talk about a lot of different things. Um, and before we do that, I just want to give a special shout out to my Elite Learners family up in New York. As you can see, I got to represent my Elite Learners family. They always take care of me when I come home, um, with all types of stuff. That's nothing. But they do a lot of great things in the community. We got to shout out Kamara Jackson for putting that together. She's doing great things. Hopefully, I can get another part two interview with her. But shout out to Kamara Jackson and everybody in Elite Learners family. I also want to give a special shout out. Not so much of a shout out, but sending my condolences to the Green family. Um, Sean, Vanessa, Alan, Mommy. Um, I know it's hard. We lost Daddy, but we will celebrate his life next week, like he would want us to celebrate it. We'll party, we'll drink, we'll have a great time, and we'll share some stories. And I'll share one story. I would say Mr. Green, but I've never called him Mr. Green personally. I've always called him Daddy. So that was always what I called him. So Sean had to share him, Vanessa and Alan, they all had to share him with me. This was the first man to actually give me an allowance. Um, he would definitely give me an allowance. He would sit me down. We would have conversations. Actually, the last time I talked to him, we was in the kitchen, and he was more worried about me eating every night that I came home. He was more worried about me having breakfast. He was worried about the weather that was going on in Texas. Um, I have a lot of memories with him, but the most memorable one is that he gave me an allowance. Um, and that's something that I would never forget. For him to sit down and take the time out to give me an allowance, and he had his other kids there, so that was fun, for him to do that. But his conversations every night was fun with me. Anytime I came home, was always a great conversation with him. Um, our walks, come home and take him to Home Depot so he can just walk around the store and shop. His plants, to him letting me take the big bottle of Hennessy off the bar. So even him letting me drink his white Hennessy off the bar, um, countless times. We listen to records. I still hear him singing every morning throughout the whole house. Anytime I went out the country, I brought money home, and he brought he put it in a plaque, all the money that I brought home from China, Denmark, to Martinique, to anywhere I went out the country. I always brought money back home to him, and he put it in a frame. Um, Definitely a man's man. Definitely will be missed. And again, my condolences to the family. Um, I'm definitely heartbroken. Um, and we will celebrate his life when I get there next week, and the way he would want it to be: family, fun, everybody having a great time. So we will be doing that. So I love you, Daddy, and then I will celebrate you when I get home. So I'm dedicating today's interview for you, Daddy. So in saying that, we're gonna let this guy come in I know he's sitting in back. He's waiting. He's been hounding me on my last interview, and then we kind of had to make this happen. Well overdue. I mean, these conversations again. This is us talking anyway, so it's just random conversations. So we're gonna have some more conversations about that. But like I said, his brother's doing a lot of great things in the community. His brother's referee. I've seen a referee coach kids, adults. He's actually sent some kids my way um, that turned out to be really good kids, great kids actually. So we've always shared business and conversation. So this is one of those interviews you're going to get some information on and different aspects of the game from inside to outside. So introducing my brother, Mr. Dale Perkins, aka DJ.
Hey,
What's up, brother?
what up, big dog?
What's
Yes,
going on with you?
man, amazing, man, amazing. Every day is a blessing when you wake up. Every day is a phenomenal day. Every day is wonderful, man. I appreciate you, man. So this is the number two. This is the number two of the 26th year because the first one I was hounding you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. Right. This is
I
number
was hounding
26, right?
you. Number two of 2026, and
Mm,
but long overdue, man. Long
yeah,
overdue.
definitely long overdue.
Yes.
But we have these random conversations anyway, so it's not like we don't talk. We text, whatever. We see each
Yep.
other. We say what's up, and we automatically talk business.
Yep.
Um, you
Always.
was actually always one of the first persons that actually he asked me when you started your powerhouse thing, and you wanted me to come over and help you with that, and I felt appreciative that you even reached out and extended that olive branch to say, come out and help you. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate that. Salute to you.
Yeah. Hey. I just remember meeting you. Well, actually, meeting you, right? Meeting you because I was officiating PSA,
Mm-hmm.
and you could tell like who is this? Who is this dude that's loud? Sound like he from the East Coast, right? I already knew he was from you was from New York. I already knew that. Like I knew that from the sideline, but it wasn't the fact is that it was the things that you were saying and talking to the kids, the level of coaching, the detailed conversation with them, and it wasn't you weren't being an asshole. You genuine.
Mm-hmm.
You knew what you were talking about while coaching, and it
Mm-hmm.
was never overbearing. It was never crazy. Never said anything negative. So that's when I knew that this is going to be a brother of mine because of how you delegated the game to them, and it was never any riffraff. No kids got mad at you. Like
Mm-hmm.
always genuine and cool. So I appreciate that in return, man. Beautiful thing.
Yeah, definitely. And I'm gonna tell you the first time we actually interacted.
Okay.
I don't even know if you remember this.
So with what I do every day, the honest truth is, man, I people remind people remind me. They remind me
Right.
all the time. Really, they do.
So this was a time you was refing
Okay.
and I was coaching,
Okay.
and me and you was going back and forth,
We get into it.
and you was talking about playing one on one. And I was like,
That ain't me. That I don't know what you're saying.
nah, don't do it now. Don't do that now. And I was like, whatever. What you talking about, yo? I got $1,000. Let's do it. And you was like, what? I said, yo, whatever. Let's do it. I'm
uh,
ready. And then you was like, all right, well, my sneakers in the car. We can do whatever we gotta
they
do.
stand there. They
You know
stay.
what I'm saying? And then after the game, after you refed, whatever, we talked, and then you was like, yeah, man, I really, really wasn't gonna play. I said, shit, me either. I wasn't doing that. I wasn't going like that. I ain't pulling no muscles, bro. I ain't got nothing to prove. But from then we had that conversation, you know what I'm saying? And then after that, we mutually was every time we see each other, yo, what up, bro? Yeah, what you doing? What you doing? And then picking your brain with refereeing and coaching. The fact that we go to Austin Avenue, we meet up at the bar, whatever the case may be, or any other bar, we have conversation, a beer and a conversation. So
Oh, always.
always genuine, you know what I'm saying? Like always genuine. So salute to you, King, for always doing great things.
Appreciate.
Um,
Hey
let's
man.
take it, let's take it back. What you got to say? I was about to say something.
Hey man. Like one of the greatest things about this conversation is that every time we seen each other, we never missed a beat on life. Like we would always catch up, and it would always be something that's interesting, whether it was life, basketball. I didn't know you was that heavy in baseball until I see
Yeah.
the podcast. I didn't know
Mhm.
we didn't talk about that. How heavy you
Mhm.
were in baseball. I knew the influence. I knew you told me you would take your kids back up to New York, and
Mhm.
that was one of the annual trips you had every single year with your basketball team.
Mhm.
So those are just major things. Salute to you, Flowers. People shouldn't wait till something happens to somebody to say, "Man, give this man his flowers and well deserved." And that's kind of why I'm here, 2026, man, to voice the real perspective, mindset, the glorious things that people should do every single day that is not normal.
Great.
Yep.
Agreed. I need some powerhouse gear. Just want you to put that out there. I need a couple of shirts,
Yes.
hoodies, whatever you got. Just throwing that out there.
Your shoulder's a little bigger than mine, but we're gonna try to we're gonna try to make you fit in a couple, man.
Right,
You
right.
wear a 4X, you know what I'm saying? Come on, man. I wear a slim, you know what I mean? Yeah.
I'm good. It used to be two. Now I'm an XL now, so I don't went down.
Oh,
So I'm good now.
okay.
I'm
Look,
good.
God is good, my brother. God is good.
Yeah, yes, he is all the time.
Yeah, yeah.
So let's go back, man. Where are you actually from? Born and raised.
Man. So number one, from the jump, man, shout out to my princess. I always gotta get her first. My princess, Divine Joy Perkins, man. 16-year-old, just my baby girl. She's doing amazing things right now.
Mm-hmm.
She's her own identity, and I want to start that from the top, man. So,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, shout out to my baby girl. And born and raised in Kansas City, dog. Kansas City. People say Missouri, Kansas. I was born on the Missouri side. It's funny. Kansas City is funny. Just like every place has their little stigmas and things, man. Kansas City, Missouri don't like Kansas City, Kansas, and Kansas City, Kansas don't like Kansas City, Missouri, and we right across the street from each other, right across the river.
Are you
Right?
serious?
Yeah, man. It's weird.
Wow.
St. Louis, Illinois, St. Louis, Missouri, Texarkana. It's weird. So I was born in the Missouri side. Um, life, man. Born in the hood, born in the inner city. Um, and I'll say 26 in Bells. Always love. It was a beautiful. It's been a beautiful journey from that beginning. Going in the inner city, knowing what you know, seeing what you see, being around who you're being around, it's gravitated me to be who I am today.
Mm-hmm.
So Kansas City is the original starting point. My mother was a Missourian, and my father was born on the Kansas side.
Mm-hmm.
So they made this excellent me. That's what they did. That's
That's
what.
what they did. They put it together and made it work, huh?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Did you play high school sports?
I did. I
Mm-hmm.
did. So quick journey.
Mm-hmm.
In uh, Raytown South has a great history of basketball. Bud Lathrop is the well should be and still is the most winningest coach in Missouri history, and so
Mm-hmm.
that's who I played for. So I played high school basketball, but when I tell you, I was strictly defense and rebounding. Growing up in the inner city, leading up until my high school years, I'm just a team guy, still a team guy. I'm all about team. I'm all about success. So if I had guys on the team that shot the ball and shot very well, I was your Ben Simmons. I was your Dennis Rodman. I was that mixture. So I can get every rebound. I can defend anybody, and then I will be selective on who I got the ball to. So um, from my freshman year to my senior year, I was just that ultimate team player, diving on balls, getting every rebound, defending anybody from small to big. And it was a fun journey playing for Bud Lathrop and all my teammates and all my people in Raytown South.
Was basketball your main sport?
Basketball has been my main sport since that old Fisher Price goal that everybody had, that
Mm-hmm.
red, white, and blue goal. Man, shout out to my parents for getting me that goal at 4 years old. And ever since then, it was just a love. It was a passion. Being where I started at, we were outside until the lights went out. As soon as school was out, we outside in the street playing basketball. We had to wait for cars to come by. It didn't matter. But when that street light came on, hey, it's time to go in the house. But I spent 3-4 hours outside playing that game of basketball with the grown ass men. We
like you're supposed to.
like we're supposed to. We ain't talking about reclass.
Nah. We're gonna get there though. We're gonna get to that point. Don't worry, we're gonna get there. So did you play college as well, or did you just stop at high school?
You know what? Funny story for the people that see me play currently, 'cause I still currently play.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty competitive. And I'm in some good shape. I'm in some AP shape. I'm in, you know what I'm saying? I'm in A60 shape. You know what I mean?
Nah, I mean that. Don't let this body fool you. I ain't run up and down the court though. I tell you that.
You
I'll
gonna
run
slide
around the softball diamond.
you
I'll
gonna
do
slide,
that.
yeah.
I'll do that. But I ain't going
Good
up there.
trot. A good trot. It's gonna be a good trot around the base.
Yeah, that's exactly what it's gonna be. It won't be nothing more than that.
But yeah, so I'm gonna say, oh,
College.
college. I wasn't good enough.
Mm.
I wasn't good enough. I had more scholarship. Here's the thing. So shout out to Kenny G. Everybody know who Kenny G is, saxophonist. I love music. I got my first I was in band in 6th grade, got a saxophone, alto saxophone actually. So throughout high school, I was in football, basketball. I was in band and choir all 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
So I actually had more scholarship opportunities for music than I did for basketball.
Mm.
I didn't chase. Well, I didn't follow what I could have followed, or maybe even
Right.
should have followed, because that basketball was so strong. I was a backup center my senior year. I was a backup center, so just athletically gifted. Had a lot of great guys around me, and I was just too passive. I was too passive.
Distributor.
Hey, rebounder, defend, distribute. That was it. I never shot the ball, and if I was, off a rebound. So never played the game at that level. I didn't really know how to play the game.
Right. Okay.
You know?
My
But
other,
somebody asked today.
you know, I see you out there working out, man. I saw you at a couple of games, and I see you still trying to get people to come play. It ain't
Yeah,
happening.
yeah, yeah. Hey,
Unless it's like a charity game or something like that, and I'll do that. But I am not suiting up for nobody. That and my reasoning is again, I think the last game that I played, honestly, was at PSA. It
okay.
was in that 40 and over tournament.
Mhm.
Played league, you know that league at night.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
I wish I could remember my man's name, who's the head guy who runs it over there. Oh man, I can't think of his name.
Ron.
Not Ron. I don't think Ron runs it.
Okay.
It was the little short white dude.
I forgot his name. Yeah, I know you're talking
I
about. Yeah,
just can't think of his name right now.
yeah,
That's my
yeah,
bad. You know,
yeah.
good brother though. Good brother.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Playing in the game, and one of the older guys, you know, I had a fast break, and he grabbed me by my neck,
Mm.
and it turned a switch in my head, like, okay, I'm back in New York again. You know, like it turned a switch in my head, and I just remember stopping, and I said, "Listen, man, you're gonna get hurt before I'm gonna get hurt.
Right,
Like, I just want you to understand how this game is gonna be played. Now
right,
that you done did this to me, you're gonna get hurt more than I promise you." And I told him that. He said, "What you mean by it?" I said, "I promise you, you're gonna get hurt."
right.
Remember him going to the hole, and I fouled him like I was on my sixth foul, bro.
Mm.
He felt it too, and I helped him up. I said, "You come on, get up, big fella. You know, like I told you, it's coming. You're gonna get hit." He said, "Why did you foul me like that?" I said, "I want you to understand. I might be little, but I'm known for knocking people out too."
Right. But hey, look, man, we a little old, man. You can't be, you know what I'm saying?
No.
But
I'm gonna always protect myself first.
100%.
Like You know what I'm saying? And I'm not gonna let you think you can get away with that. You know,
100%.
I got 6 of these things for a reason.
Right. And you don't take none home.
No, I'm not taking that home. You know, if you ain't fouled nobody, you ain't playing no D.
And I fouled the shit out of everybody. You hear me?
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Never foul out of no game though, so that's on them. Like
I fouled out a couple of times, but not in no rec league or nothing, none of that nonsense. You know what I'm saying? But at that moment, I said, you know what? I see a lot of these dudes coming in here with torn Achilles and kneecaps and all that stuff. You know what I mean? And I said, you know what? Basketball paid for my education. Baseball was my passion. So if I'm going to get hurt, I'm going to get hurt doing something I love.
there you go.
So that's why I still to this day play softball. You know,
Okay.
I still play, and I'm actually playing on a senior league team. So that's fun. So that keeps me active and doing stuff like that. So I'd rather get hurt doing that opposed to getting hurt running up and down the floor. You know what I'm saying?
One of my homies, his name is Trey. He's the Colony. Shout out to the Colony. He plays. He's called me for years to come out there and play. So I know it's probably it's in the same realm too. Hey DJ, hey DJ. I'm like, man, I was this, I was that, I was that. I'm gonna end up coming out there one day. I'm gonna end up coming.
It's competitive, man. I mean, a lot of older guys, and really, that's just them having fun.
Right.
You know, you still living that dream. Me personally, I mean, I played and I traveled and just got paid to play softball. You know, I've
Yeah.
won championships. I mean, you can only get but so many shirts and plaques. You know what I'm saying? Like now, I'm really just playing to extend the life a little bit longer. You know what I'm saying? So, and I'm having fun doing it at the age that I'm at. I mean, I'm 50 now, so you know, I'm enjoying it. Get to run around with my kids and still do what I do. You know, travel here and there every once in a while. So I enjoy that part of it. That's why I still do it. When I
Yeah.
can't do it no more, you know, if I don't love it, I can't do it. It's like coaching, and you
Right.
know that if you don't love it, you ain't gonna do it. You can't give it your all, but I love it, so I gotta keep giving it, keep giving it. That's why I went back and started coaching a third grade girls team. You
Mm.
know, started all the way over.
Hey,
But
but that's good energy though, because then it gives you that revamp energy to say, you need the reset button. You know what I'm saying? It's good to have the big boys and do what they do, blah, 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 but it's also good to transition and give the other energy elsewhere, and it gives you a new elevation of life. So a lot of people, but for myself, let's go back to the injuries. You were talking about the
yeah,
injuries.
yeah.
People, they're injured and stuff. I'm gonna tell you why. I see young people get injured now. Like I'm
Mm-hmm.
40, even though I look like I'm 24. That's another conversation. But the reason that people get injured is because they don't take care of their temple, and their temple is their body, and that's why the injuries occur the way that they do, because they go to work, they are fathers, fathers, their parents, their husbands, boyfriends. You give your life to all these other different things, but do you give your life to their fitness world? And so that health is wealth is way more important the older you get. And the thing is, if you started at 20 years old and transition with consistency, your body's gonna look like my body. But when it comes down
If
to
you do it right,
it, 100%, 100%. So that's where a lot of my homeboys that are my age, they DJ come playing 40 and over, and I'm like, yo, I'm still able and gifted to play with these 22-year-olds, these guys that play overseas, these guys that play in the NBA. They play in the NBA, like these college guys when they come home, these pro-ams, like I'm still able to. I feel like I'm just at a peak of being able to play.
mm-hmm.
So being at that peak, I don't need to lower my level to just win plaques and trophies. When
Right.
I want to play at the highest level so that I can continue my health as wealth. And so I'm not going to get injured. I'm going to do the injuring. But I also tore my ACL. A lot of people don't know. I tore my ACL, my lateral meniscus, May 8th, 2004, playing in my high school alumni game where I was up 50 points. So I'm very detailed specific. The world knows, the people that know me, I'm not racist or anything, but I'm very detailed on what I say. So, and you can go through my social media and see I'm very well diversified in life. So This white man, stole the ball from me at half court. 1 minute left in the game. Steal it from me. I'm relentless. I go up, glass it, like love and basketball.
Mm-hmm.
Come, just, I don't even know how. I don't know. Like, I didn't feel my knee buckle or nothing like that. I just didn't feel it buckle. But it did something.
Mm-hmm.
I ended up tearing my ACL and my lateral meniscus. I couldn't walk like my brother. One of my aces, Tristan Gower. Shout out to my brothers, my circle of brothers. He was there at the game, so he ended up driving me to the hospital. Long story short, man, they had to go in there, had my surgery in September. They had to go back and have an arthroscopic surgery, go in there and scope it out in November.
Wow.
And I had to learn how to walk again. So that was one of my most earliest challenges in my mental health.
Mm-hmm.
Learning how to walk again. And so seeing others go through certain things, I've already been through that. And I don't want to go through it again. But if I'm going to play this game at the highest level that I can play it, I got to make sure that I'm consistent with giving my body what it needs to play at this highest game. And most of those guys that I know, I think it was maybe last year before last, something like that. I want to say about three is like one of my homeboys, like 5 of them, like 3 or 4 or 5 people, like tore their Achilles all in like a year.
Wow.
And I was like, what the conversation that we had was, were you working out? No, I ain't worked out in so-and-so. I ain't working. When last time you played? Man, I ain't played in 3 or 4 years, man. I went there to try to play with my son. And man, I tried to play tournament. I ain't played basketball. So you played this basketball tournament, and then boom. And that's what happened. I like 3 of them for sure, I remember. So that's what it is. I mean, if people are consistent in what they do, if they love it, just to stay healthy, it's important.
Right. And I want to piggyback. Let's talk about mental health.
Yes.
How do you you can give yourself a scenario or whatever, dealing with mental health, because I've dealt with it in depression on numerous bases. Um, of course, a lot of the people that's in my circle or family, I'm losing them left and right. So constantly when I'm trying to get over one, another one happened, another one. So I haven't fully grieved 100%. And then
Okay.
of course, like my pops, just passed, like I'm still trying to figure that one out. So in that situation, how would you tell someone to handle and dealing with their mental health in that situation?
Man, great questions. This is a great introduction to my foresight, my future.
Mm,
So, long story short, and we'll definitely go back, is when it comes to what life is, people have to accept it.
mhm,
We know that when we're born, we're eventually going to die. In so many words, that's what most people use. I like to say move forward.
mhm,
I don't like to say die, because when you die, that sounds terrible. Yet still, legacy is forever. So moving forward is the body moves, but the legacy is the forever.
mhm,
So I say move forward. Most people that focus on the actual death should focus on the success and the accomplishments and the things that they instilled in you for the legacy to continue.
great.
So for my grandmother, she passed away. She moved forward February 2020. She was 98.
Mm, mm,
And we'll talk about that. But she was my educator. I love my parents. They're
mhm,
still, but she was my everything. She was my mentor. She was my educator. She was my disciplinary. She was the everything. And so when she moved forward, since 2020, I've only cried one time,
mhm,
because she was so significant in my life, and it wasn't a tragic. See, when people die of tragedy, I'm talking about car accidents, I'm talking about shootings, murders, um, something of that nature,
yeah,
airplane.
yeah,
They're more so tragic. But if a person moves forward peacefully, then it's more so not the focus of the negative, and the negative feeling is the energy that you create for what they did for you. And if you focus on those things, it's more so a story of uplifting, and that it's going to be okay. The body's not here, you're not able to talk to them, but the psychological is saying is everything that they bestilled in you is in you. Use it, give it, share it, and see others move forward in their lives with what was given to you.
Mm-hmm.
So even with your father passing or dying or moving forward, I'm going to tell you, I had one of my other brothers, his mother just moved forward 2 weeks ago. Um, it's it's a celebration.
Mm-hmm.
Celebrate. Like, I don't want nobody to die. I mean, to cry at my funeral. I'm gonna have a DJ. I'm a DJ. I'm gonna tell them, have a DJ at my funeral. Like, I don't want. I am giving life. I'm a positive first person, influential, motivational, inspirational. Like, I love people, seeing their peace, love, and happiness. I see people in their greatness. I see people in their success. I see people in positive energy. I don't want to leave anything negative. So for me, celebrate me. I want to see a party. I want to see a party out inside the church, outside. Have a parade.
Mm-hmm.
Give something that's significant, because that's what I shared with you, and what I'm going to leave with you, and leave with you for forever. So just in that notion, the world has allowed people to think certain ways. So it's not saying is that you're wrong, or that you have that feeling, but the perspective is, once you get more positive of what was taught to you and was loved you on, it's not gonna hurt as much.
Right. I get it.
Yeah, because when you lift weights, people say, "Ah, my body aches," but really, that's the muscle that's being grown and gaining in that matter, in that sense. So as far as mental health, if people give more focus to whatever they're going through,
Right.
admitting what it is that they're going through, or have been through, and just take it with you, move forward.
Sorry.
You good?
No, yeah, I agree with you 100%. And in everything that he's instilled in me, I definitely take with me wholeheartedly. You know what I'm saying? Um, and he wasn't my actual father. It was a friend of mine that we grew up together, best friends. Um, and he treated me like his son. So I never called him by his name. I called him Daddy. That's what hey, Daddy, how you doing? You know, that's how I talk to him.
Yes,
So
yes, yes. And shout out to the people
yeah,
that will, and then the love for
yeah,
that. That was a tribute, and I appreciate that.
yeah. That was my man. You know, close. We was real close, real tight. You know what I'm saying? So it was cool. It was dope.
Yes, sir.
Moving forward, you refereed. Now, when did you start doing that?
Man, so it's funny. So shout out to Kristen Davis, premier basketball in Kansas City. She was a part of maybe basketball back in the day. So it's funny. So I ended up so not being the greatest basketball player ever in life, right? I played the game, but I the passion and the energy. So I ended up taking one of the homies back home to his AAU practice.
Mm-hmm.
And so he was a sophomore or junior. He needed a ride. He was like, DJ, can you give me a ride? I'm like, yeah, for sure. So I was about to graduate or just graduated, and whatever. I never played AAU in my life.
Mm-hmm.
And I ended up dropping him off one day, going inside and seeing, basketball, talking to people, knowing everybody in the gym, shaking everybody's hand, And she was like, "Where'd you play?" I believe she was white. Kristen, she looked white. She got freckles. You know what I'm saying? She's an awesome woman. I had a coach, like, amazing, knows the game hands down. Ran maybe the premier basketball organization, amazing back then. But I
Wow.
did out her. So I went into the gym, and long story short, she was like, "Hey, you play AAU?" I'm like, "No." "What house could you go to?" "Raytown South." She asked me to play.
Mm.
She asked me to play, and so my senior year or whatnot, after graduating or about to graduate, I played AAU for her, for our team that we played on, et cetera, et cetera. And she said, "You don't shoot the ball." I said, "No, ma'am. I never was a person that shot the ball." Shout out to manners. I'm a person that got manners, man. So yes, ma'am, yes, sir. Those are all the good things that even when you tell one of your business partners or your boss or cop, yes, sir, yes, ma'am. These are things that go a long way when you have manners. So,
Oh, agreed, 100% agreed.
yes, sir, yes, sir. I'm gonna drop a lot of jewels today, a
Mm-hmm.
lot of diamonds. But she, well, I was like, yeah, I was like, "No, ma'am, I never play AAU." And she was like, "You don't shoot." She said, "I need you to do this. I need you when you get the rebound." She said, "I take 4 or 5 dribbles, and I need you to score a basket." I said, "What?" She said, "Cause I rebound the ball." She said, I need you to take 4 or 5 dribbles that needs you to score." That's what she told me,
Mm-hmm.
and I did what she said because I never was told that. Nobody ever told me to score, and if I didn't score, I was okay with
Right.
it.
You was comfortable. Yeah.
I was okay with it, and she didn't tell me. And so that AAU year, that little AAU stint, however many games I played, I believe if I remember right, I averaged like 22 points.
Mm-hmm.
But the mentality was still the same because what? It didn't really change me. It played a part, but it didn't change me. So going to the officiating side, it was some games that needed some officials or they didn't show up or something like that. She was like, "You ever ref before?" And I'm like, "No, ma'am, I ain't never ref before." She's like, "Well, you gonna start today?" I said,
Mm.
"Like, what you mean?" 6, 7, these are 6, 7-year-old kids, blah, blah, blah. So I started reffing in Kansas City, started reffing for maybe basketball for her. I think what, $20, $25 back then. I started officiating when I
Mm-hmm.
graduated in 2001. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
Now this is 2006. I'm just entering my 25th year, and it's definitely been a fun journey.
Man, you meet a lot of things in refereeing. You meet a lot of people.
Ooh,
Um, for you to still be doing it 25 years later, what keeps you involved in the game? Because it has changed so much. The kids, the style. What keeps you involved in refereeing?
great question, my brother. The love to meet good people like you, great people like you. To wake up every day and to go to a gym that you've never been in, or that you, let's say, gym that you've never been in, you get to see the game played in a whole different light. My life is all about details and specifics. Shout out Kobe Bryant. That's one of the main things that I took from him: details and specifics. So being detailed and specific, let's go to a gym that you've never seen before. Let's go to a city you ain't never seen before, a rec center. This is a whole new place. So nobody knows you. You don't know them. You get to meet all these new people, different race, different ethnicities, different genres. I mean, genres, different male or female. Um, and you get to see the game play for what it's played, whether if it's the greatest basketball in the world or you're beginners.
Mm-hmm.
And so I walk in every single day in every gym that I officiate with a light of just loving the game, man. Not
Mm-hmm.
granted, seeing what the world has been through with the life of basketball, how it's went through its ups and downs, the NILs, and anything else, the injuries, the like seeing the people go through what they go through and their injuries, their mental health, the players that break down, they angry, they upset, and then they end up just that's not being angry and upset. That's passion, right?
Mm-hmm.
So these coaches, how some of them can coach, and then the ones that can't coach, right? uh, I'm never a snitch, but I'm always 1,000% me, and so
Right.
even the ones that are in position, because people are in position to lead doesn't mean that they're the greatest leader. Some people need help. Some people need assistance.
Right.
Need development coaches. Some people need X's and O's coaches, right? So just seeing the game evolve every day, 25 years later, for myself in the officiating world, it's always something new you're gonna see to the game as an official. One of the I suggest this to all coaches: go be a referee. A, a lot of these coaches would be better coaches if they officiated the game. I'll tell you that. You know why?
Why?
Because they wouldn't say shit to a referee again. I solely, me personally, so let's go down the lines of what I've done in the basketball world. So as a player, if I do what I'm supposed to do as a player on the court, you got 5 categories that you have. You got points, you got rebounds, you got steals, you got assists, and you got blocks. Mm-hmm. For me, how I've seen it for a while now is basketball is like a video game. In order for you to win, you got to have points. For me as a player at 42 years old, I've had 13, 20 rebound games in my life. Me. Mm-hmm. The most rebounds I've had in one game was 26. Mm. If you go into the game as an official, the coaches wouldn't have too much to say, because then you'll know how good, how bad, or how young or not experienced this official is over an experienced official. Mm-hmm. So you're not going to go and justify anything with an official, because you're then going to know the other side of coaching, which make you a better coach as well. So a lot of these coaches that do coach would be even better if they became officials.
I want to jump into coaching because I know you've coached on the sideline, or refereeing you coached, and high school coaching. Mm. What do you think? And give me your opinion, and I'm gonna give you mine. Well, let me just say this, because I have a lot of good friends that coach high school basketball.
Sure.
You know, shout out to my boy Steve up in Melissa.
Yes, yeah,
you know, that's my good. That's my guy. You know, shout out to Dean Christian out there at Plano Senior.
Yep.
And these guys that I know personally and talk to them on a regular basis. Actually, I had Dean on the show, and I'm gonna get Steve on the show when the season is over.
So Melissa is like, if I had a home in the DFW, that's Melissa's my home in the DFW. Yeah, but we can talk about that another time. Go ahead.
Yeah, you good? Yeah. I don't think a lot of these high school coaches, and this is just my opinion,
of course,
should have the jobs that they have. The ones that should have that job should be the ones who know what they're doing. Now, let me explain what I'm talking about. Mm-hmm. Meaning the experience with basketball. Not saying you just was on the team in high school or in college. You actually played in a game where you had to make decisions. Being in down by 1, you was at the free throw line. You know, you was part of a comeback, or you just had the floor time to be able to explain it to the young men that you're coaching to try to get to the next level. I don't think the coaches here in Texas or anywhere, I don't think some of them are equipped for that job, because they show it, because some of these kids are still not ready for college. They are ready because of what they've done on the AAU side. How do you feel about that?
So I pondered about this for a very long time, and my full conclusion to high school coaches. So for myself, I didn't play in college. Play in college, I didn't play at your highest level as a quote unquote being paid player. Mm-hmm. But I still play against guys that are at the highest level. Mm-hmm. So when it comes into coaching a game, I'm not going to say that the coaches Because they didn't play it doesn't mean that they don't know. It's
Mm-hmm.
the fact is, are you still learning the game?
Mm.
Coaches are stuck in their ways. It's what people are in life. Like they
Mm-hmm.
are stuck in their way. That's who they are, and they're not going to change. It takes you either almost losing your job more than likely, or you just continue to not be a winner. Like it's not taking the full history of my life, but I haven't been a person. I don't like to call people a loser. Either you win or it's a life lesson. That's just my jewel. I don't believe in losses. You don't
Mm-hmm.
lose anything. You still learn something, and it's a life lesson.
Yeah.
So, but I ain't never had that many life lessons. Basketball world that where like I see some coaches, they just are okay with getting their ass whooped. But if you've never been tested, so like in New York, tell me, I know you know, in New York, when you played at any park, Rucker Park, you if you didn't play at a certain level, you didn't play.
No, it's tough. I tell my son this all the time. I said, well, my schools barely had a JV team. It was all varsity, and it
Right,
was one school. And if you made the team, you was one of the top players on the school team. Like that's just being real. The best of the best was going to play. There was no, I'm gonna put you on the team because your mom. No, you was the best of the best, and I was even playing street ball.
right, right,
It's the
right,
same thing. You know
right,
what I mean? Like
right,
you can't just get on that court and think, oh, because you know, no, you better do something
right.
or you ain't playing.
Correct.
You know,
And that's the thing. So in Kansas City, summertime, it get to a 110 heat index. We out there smoking. I ain't talking about cigarettes and marijuana. I'm talking about body out there for 3 1 2 3 hours outside,
mhm. Yeah.
burning up,
No, I'm
playing
with
the
you.
game.
Yep.
And so come back to the coaching side of it, primarily because we're in the DFW, and this is something that I've always wanted to touch base on. As you're smirking right now, I know you're smirking. Is the truth is some of these programs aren't fit for greatness.
That's key.
They're not being pushed. They aren't pushing themselves, and they are not creating the value of the push. They're not being challenged. Some of these folks' jobs aren't being challenged. So I'm not going to name too many schools, but if you, it's a certain amount of schools in the DFW that has long tenured head coaches, that has good assistant coaches, that has player development, that has support of the school. See, a lot of schools don't have support. You know why? Because people don't walk in demanding the respect. Move out the way. Let me do my job.
Mm-hmm.
Some of these coaches are too goddamn nice, and they go in there and say, "Oh, times has changed." No, I'm the change. I'm going to create the change. So if I'm walking into a job or to a position as a head coach, I'm bringing DJ. I'm not going to allow you to give no. DJ's coming in with this mentality because that's what I was hired for. So some of these coaches don't have any push. There's nobody pushing for their job. So they can go through and have a couple of losing seasons, blame it on A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and say, well, I still got my job because ain't nobody going to come for that job.
Right. Yes.
But there are some schools in the DFW which is why we the DFW has been the mecca of sports, basketball and football for the last decade. The DFW is the mecca, whether people agree or not. We have all the athletes that come from here, and we are booming. We're number one.
Mm-hmm.
So those schools that are booming with the head coach, the assistant coaches, the trainer, player development, the school, and guess what? They also have AAU organizations
Mm-hmm.
that they gravitate to and partner with to build the structure that they desire.
Mm-hmm.
So in New York, in Kansas City, if we didn't have full pipelines into schools, now you have the opportunity to have pipelines for kids to actually grow. They know your expectation as the head coach. So when you go over here, that AAU has an expectation, that trainer has the same expectation, the mom and dad had the same expectation. And if greatness is the expectation, then that's what's going to happen, which is why the DFW manifests the elite athletes that we do down here in the DFW.
Do you think kids need high school sports to play college?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. But it's really not the sport, it's the leadership.
Okay.
Again, just because people are in leadership roles doesn't make them great leaders. And I'm going to keep saying that, because people believe in their boss and their boss make more money. My boss is right about everything. No, your boss might be one of the dumbest people in the world that just go read every single day to learn something or talk to somebody, and then they come back and put it in face value as if they're the one doing it, but it's not them. So you having the platform of playing high school basketball is there, but if there's no leadership involved, then it's not. Then that youth is not going to evolve. So even if the leadership of the high school world is not there, then that's where you have a trainer. That's where you have a mentor. That's where you have somebody that has the development. So that's where I've came in. That's where I found my niche in what I do and who I am throughout the DFW, just throughout the world. I got people I know that are friends in across the world. Like I coached in China. I got people that I know from everywhere part of the world, because I'm not just a friend and I'm not just a brother. A lot of these guys know me as Onk. A lot of them call me Big Homie. Some of them call me referee. Some call me coach. And I ain't never coached them. But it's the respect that I give when I talk to them and I show them, and they know that DJ he means well and he actually loves what I do for them. And some of these coaches don't coach. They don't know how to coach. So, but they got a DJ and they got a good mother and father, or a father, a good great mother, or a great father that's there to contribute into the off the court and the at home, compared to what they're getting at the actual high school.
See, I look at it differently, where I would say, because I've actually experienced it, where I didn't play high school basketball, but I got a scholarship to go to college.
New York was its own college. New York was its own, like if you play basketball in New York, any kid, you go get a kid right now from New York to move down here and play in any high school level AAU, it's gonna be off the chain. They're gonna be like, where in the, and not let them get a good coach. Not let them get a good coach. Let one of these kids come down, find him and come down here right now. He's gonna be ranked in a year with a great coach because of the structure of playing in New York.
Yeah. I mean, I think so. I think it depends on where you're at. The right program, who you get, makes a big difference on the development of the kid. I agree with you on that.
Chicago, California, Kansas City, Milwaukee. Like you go to these
Philly, those inner
Philly,
cities, yeah.
the rural cities that they say, like the tough no city, like guys like that. You can grab a kid and see and be like, "Yo, I seen him, man. Where you play at, dog? Let me try to help you get down here to where when you spotlight, it changes the trajectory of life."
It's definitely a lot more opportunities. There's
Yes.
a lot more opportunities, and that's what it was. I was able to play in those exposure camps, those exposure leagues, to where coaches were there and come talk. Here, there's not opportunity. I mean, I haven't seen it unless it's somebody else is doing it, and I haven't seen it to where unsigned seniors can have a camp and there'd be 100 college coaches there, JUCOs and Division twos. I went to one where it was Division One, Division twos, like waiting to talk to you. You know, um, the opportunities are a lot better there. Here, I just think a lot of people here, and when I say they look at going, oh, I don't want to go to a JUCO. That's beneath me. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do that. I want to go to Texas or A&M or OU. And I'm like, chill out, killer. That's a different brand that you're trying to reach, but you got to start somewhere to get there. I can tell you 5 people that I personally know who went prep, JUCO, Division 1 to the pros. It was a long process, but the fact that they can go to prep for 1 year, dominate, JUCO 1 year, dominate, mind you, no NIL. Well, we ain't gonna talk about that because it was really NIL back then. But
Of course.
you
It was,
know, but to even go Division 1 to being getting drafted and going into the NBA, and it steps to that, But again, like you said, leadership, guidance, the right people, and you get there. But I don't think that's here. I think it's too much of a cesspool to where some of these supposedly handlers think they know what they're doing, and they really don't know anybody.
so yes, when it comes to the actual route, there one route. There are definitely multiple routes, but again, it's all about who you're connected to and do they actually care for you as a person, or do they just only care about the route and the possibility to be that hang on cake to sit there and say, "Hey, I'll roll with you to the NBA," right? And it's more of them. It's more it's a lot of rah out here. You know what I mean? And this is I'm sure it's not the DFW. I'm sure it's around the world. It's
I'm
around.
pretty sure it's everywhere.
Yeah, it's everywhere. It's a lot more people that will gravitate to one kid and just say, "I did this," instead of saying, "I was just a part of the success," and then being appreciative that you were just a part of it. And so, but I'm gonna go back a little more. So if you go to my hashtag unlimited underscore philosophy, I came up with my own philosophy. My philosophy is like the Mamba mentality, and that's just my mindset. This was just what I believe, right?
Mm-hmm.
What has created a lot of greatness and success for a lot of people that I may have come across in my life, that they are in tune with me. Number one, DJ is always real. They know I'm genuine. They know I'm straightforward. They know I'm not full of shit. I don't bullshit nobody. I don't shake and fake nobody. Always me, right?
Mm-hmm.
What I've done, starting with my princess, for my own princess, Divine Joy. When I started with her, people say you gotta have baby food, right? Like baby food, baby food, baby food. Well, for me, might have been weird, but if I'm eating chicken, I'm gonna give you some. If I'm eating some bread, I'm gonna and give you some. If I'm eating some fruit, I'm gonna give you some.
Mm-hmm.
So when it comes into the line of development, which is key here of what I'm sharing and I'm launching is, or excuse me, what I'm launching is the development from the day one. So professionalism.
Mm-hmm.
How many people are professional with their child from day one? Not
Mm-hmm.
to, I've never treated her like a baby. I never said goo goo gaga give me. They don't understand because when you talk like that, you don't develop the psyche that you need, which is a part of why the world is what it is, because where our mentals are not developed because society and the world babies and goo goo gaga, right? So if I told her to do something, it wasn't, oh, stop that, baby. Oh, no, 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 no. No, stop, grab, move, leave that alone. Stop, grab. It's not, you mother, you bad kid. It's not beating up your kids. Like, no, stop, grab. Because eventually their mind is going to say, you know what? Let me go this way. Like, let me go mess with this now. Like,
Mm-hmm.
so in the world of what the world should be, I'm here to announce this is what the world should be. If you start day one by lines of development and being consistent in that line of development, because people that have worked with me as a trainer, they trust DJ. They know, again, DJ's not none of the things that's going to hurt their kid. I'm not going to chastise them. I'm not going to cuss them out, call them out. And they know they care. And then, number one, they know I care because I tell everybody I love them. The reason that if you start off with I love you to a person, to anybody, don't know your background, know where you came from. I tell every single person that I meet, I love you. You know why? Because everything after the love has to come with actions. It has to come with the experience of seeing if this is really true.
Agreed. Okay, respect that.
So these parents and these handlers and these people that are in the certain field, they're not in it for the love. They're in it
Mm.
for
Getting it for the check.
they're in it for them. So most of the athletes that can reach a certain plateau in life can't be reached. The success of people in this world can't be reached. Their minds can't be reached because they're being babied until a certain point in their life, and then they have to go through their own experiences, being put out their homes and everything else, and they never reach their plateau of success.
Mm. That's a very good point. About being development at an early age and getting them to understand at an early age. That's very key. My other question to you is, how do you feel about the circuits that's out right now? Because I know you ref in some of those circuits, like the Adidas, the New Balance. I think Puma has one out.
Yep.
Um,
Puma, New Balance.
yeah, and Adidas, the last that's the
Yeah.
last three that I've seen. Yeah, how do you feel about them? Like, do you now? I just seen Kyrie Irving has one that's coming up. Um, how do you feel about those? What's the difference between those separate brands than what we used to back in the days, just AAU? Is there a difference?
Um, I'm gonna say again leadership, but also I'm gonna say expectations. So even if you go, and this is what just logos are, right? This is what brands are. People go with the brand. Shout out to my brother Marcus Walker, the one of the greatest trainer in the world right now. He's from Kansas City. My brother, Grindhouse Basketball. Uh, when it comes to, and he said this numerous times, people keep focusing on the brand. Talk about you, for instance. I know that you know the game. I know you love these kids that you come across. I know that you're a genuine man. And I know that at the end of the day, they're going to learn something on and off the court that's going to make them successful. And they're going to love you forever. You are that guy. Like, I've seen you. This is no smoke. Like, this is just 100% real. From day one, again, yes, like I seen it, and you haven't changed since day one, right?
Yeah.
Always the same. AP has always been AP to me. The
Mm.
little short, stocky New Yorker. So a lot of these people aren't that.
Mm.
Fortunate. It's unfortunate. Even if you go with this brand, you're with the brand. Like, they may not know how to love you and care for you and develop you, because if they didn't get that love, if they didn't get that care, if they didn't get that development, all you there for is the money and the fame. So if you go to them and you're not getting those things that are more important than the actual line of your future, then it's unfortunate that, and this is just the truth, there's nothing that's new, then you get a Sebastian Telfair, which is sad to see, but it's real to see, because Sebastian Telfair is one of the most famous New York basketball players to come out of New York in high school to play in the NBA, to be cousin to Stephon Marbury, and then to be in the same projects that you were before when you made $30 million. See, the thing is, this is what we don't have conversations about, my brother. People don't have these conversations about.
But that 30 million means he just mismanaged his money.
But that's the point.
Yeah.
We don't talk when we talking with our kids. Be a kid.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna take care of the house. I'm gonna pay the bills. I'm gonna do this, blah blah blah. You don't have no responsibilities, and then guess what? Now I put you out the house because I never taught you how to be an adult. See,
Right.
I treat people. I treat every single youth that I come across. I tell them to their face immediately, I love you. I won't belittle you. I won't mistreat you. I won't misguide you. And I'm going to always treat you like an adult. I'm going to always treat you like a grown ass man or a grown woman.
Mm-hmm.
These are things that I say. And I'm repetitive and I'm consistent. And moving forward, that relationship that they didn't know that was there, they now hold close. Because yes, I got mama and daddy, and now I got Coach DJ. He
Mm-hmm.
told me he loves me. He's never ever mistreated me. He's never ever made me feel less than. I'm not calling my kids what they like I hear these coaches call them left and right. Oh man, you a weak ass N word. You a yeah man, you act like a hoe. Oh you man, you hit like this, bye bye bye, and man, you act like a little bee and all that stuff. Well, guess what? Now psychologically, I don't even want to play for you, man.
Mm-hmm.
Young age.
Mm-hmm.
At a young age, I don't want to play for you. Like, how does that exciting to me? I done heard coaches win and cuss these kids out. That's how I'm as a referee, I'm in the cracks of everything. So when I see
I've heard the same things, my brother.
it's,
You're 100% right. Yep.
it's so it goes into saying is this is why the world ends up being what it is and what it can be is because we have to originate how to be a professional from the beginning, how to think right, how to think properly. Stop beating and slapping the shit out of kids and whooping them. To me personally, that came from a slave mentality, and people call that discipline. For people, I'm black, I'm not racist or anything else, but black people say, "Oh, that's discipline." Well, that's because that's what y'all heard and learned, and that's what happened in the trajectory of life and history. But the truth is, you still carry that and you say that's love. That's not a love if you smack the shit out of me. So when you cussing these kids out, you're not gonna get the best out of them.
Mm-hmm.
When when you calling and talking crazy to them, you're not gonna get the best out of them. You're just not because I don't want to be around you. This is why you see people get sick and they say sick, but no, that's why they want to kill their mama and they want to kill their daddy. That's why they want to go on sprees of hurting women and hurting people. Hurt people, hurt people. So the more the world does it, this is what we're gonna get. And unfortunately, that's what happens in the brands of basketball because yeah, you may get to that level that you want to get to, and I can hurrah for you to do that. But when something fails, then they end up like Delonte West. Where are all Delonte West's coaches at?
Yeah, exactly.
Where's all Delonte West's teammates at? Where's
Mm-hmm.
Delonte West's family at? They know where he's at. He gets arrested.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody go pick him up saying, man, that's my cousin. Let me go to Virginia. Man, he's on the street down in Dallas. Let me run to Dallas.
Mm-hmm.
Man, he played for me. That was my teammate over here. Let me run here. The only person that did it, the one time he did it, was Mark Cuban. You know what I mean? But that's what happens. Like in the brand world, you can do that, but there are other organizations that are out here like yourself that can do greater value for players if they come to those people. And DFW Powerhouse.
No, yeah, DFW. I credit a lot of the things that I learned from shout out to Howie Francis. That was my first basketball coach. He was the one that put the love and the battery in my back to do what I do right now. To see him take care of us, pay those referee fees, got us something to eat, drink, shoes. We walked all over the place for him, went from one league to another league, but we were a family.
There it is.
Midnight Express, we were Midnight Express family. Always Midnight Express family. He called anytime we showing up. It didn't even matter what it was. The great moment for me was being able to donate T-shirts to the championship teams that won out in the tournament and park that I played in. So I was able to give out shirts, for the team that won championships. You know what I'm saying? I thought that was real huge for me. That was fun. But giving back is what I would like to do because of that man Howie. That's why I do it. He did it for me. He took a chance with me, and I just always felt to do that. So that credit to who I am, to why I do what I do, why I continue to do what I do, because of him, that love and passion for the kids.
It's funny you say that, and I hope this goes trending. But how many of these organizations do that? Not a lot of these organizations do that. Like they don't go and give back to the homeless. They don't go and take these kids and show them where certain lines of history were
Mm-hmm.
within. They don't know none of this stuff. Like, do you take them to go eat? Yeah, you take them to go eat maybe because it's a tournament,
Mm-hmm.
but you're not taking them out because you just value them as people, man. Let me just get y'all out here like that, man. Let me just take y'all over here. Let me take y'all there. So if it's not in the outside of the basketball world, then that's what's not happening. And so family is only valued for basketball, and
Mm-hmm.
that's what some of these organizations are only valued just around the world. This is not just a DFW. This is around the world.
No, I agree. No, it's like that everywhere, and
Yeah,
I'm still in contact with a lot of my kids. My girls, man. One of the girls that I coach, she just had a baby. So I'm always in contact with my kids, whether it's 5, 10 years past the line. I know what they're doing, what school they go to, still
yep.
talking to families. That's being a coach, being impactful in these kids' lives to where it wasn't just sports. It's what's after sports. And that's the one thing I've always expressed to them. There's a life after sports. I'm going to be here after you're done with this playing. I don't expect you to play this on and on and on. But after, if you need me, I'm here for you, you know.
It,
Um,
go ahead.
no, yeah, brother.
I was about to say, and another thing, last point is so just for myself. Nobody tells me to do this. This is what I do, and I love it. I'm in touch with a lot of people and a lot of my athletes, or just a lot of athletes throughout the DFW around the world because of social media. Social media is so strong and prevalent if it's used right. The algorithm of the things that you want in life are created by you, and the things that you create psychologically to sit there and be done. So through the line of social media, man, I'm in touch with a lot of my people, man. Shout out to the people that follow my
Mm,
Instagram, Mr. Mr. underscore unlimited underscore my way of thinking. Like, so the, I get a lot of great followings and a lot of great people that hold on to me. I don't like to say followers, but they gravitate to me. I gravitate to them. And
mm,
and the text messages, seeing how their games are, seeing how their mom and dad is, seeing and this just throughout, like I said, mostly throughout the DFW because I'm here, and I just see and talk to a lot of great kids just for that reason because you don't know what's going on at home, you don't know what they're going through. If they do go somewhere else, you don't know how life is for them, how much they miss home. But just that conversation of me reaching out to them, just checking in week by week by week, or them seeing that they uh gravitate to my social media is real awesome. It's awesome to see.
yeah, that's definitely. Um, let's talk about Powerhouse.
Yeah,
I know you got to go pretty soon, so I'm gonna fit this last thing in.
I'm good. I'm good. I'm good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's talk about DFW Powerhouse. When did you start with that?
DFW Powerhouse. DFW Powerhouse originated 2018. It was just a vision, and eventually brought it to life. So I ended up playing um, every year in Dallas. They have multiple different money tournaments down here. Shout
Mm,
out to Elder Dodson. Elder Dodson is a longtime referee out here, and he has his tournament that happens. It's called the FedEx, the best money tournament that happens out here. I mean, NBA guys overseas. I mean, you name it. It's always live. It's always
mhm.
live. And if you don't bring your hard hat and your boots, you gonna be you gonna be on the side. You ain't gonna make it. You ain't gonna even be playing. Uh,
Right.
so it's always fun. I mean, to be honest with you, it should be more popping, like worldwide. Like it should be more, but they don't do a lot of marketing as they should. Well, this is the marketing they're gonna have now, but it's the marketing they have now. But yeah, so um, I'd say that most people should. Dang, I jumped. I jumped.
Yeah, yeah. We're talking about the Powerhouse. How you got that
Oh,
started?
Powerhouse joint. My bad. Powerhouse started 2000. That was 2018. 2019
Mm,
started with a protein that was a PBA. That's what I was going to. I played in that money league, and then I ended up starting playing in the PBA. It was a league that was created, that was here as a pro league,
mm,
uh, um, pro basketball association, and I had my team created there and put it in that league. And
mm,
so we ended up having we ended up going 9-1, ended up losing in the playoff game, first playoff game. I know he's gonna say something about this, but shout out to the midget. His name is Torrance Moody. He has his team, Metroplex Lightning, that I played in and joined when I first got down here to Texas, and we built and still my brother. And then we played against each other. We lost, and I ended up getting partnering with guys that got 4 deals out of that
mm,
out of that league.
mm,
and just opportunities. And so they ended up playing there. And then we transitioned into the DFW Powerhouse Prep Academy. The Prep Academy is my youth organization, which is now I'm going to be in my 6th year for that, where I've had athletes from 7th grade to 12th grade, um, some that didn't have any opportunities to come play, and then guys that played in 7th to 8th grade that were good enough to play on 7th to 8th grade
Mm-hmm.
that then played up. So I always played 17. So if you were good enough to play 17, then you were an asset to play on my team.
Mm-hmm.
So I've always had a 17U team that in between that time, guys would come play and opportunities were made and created through DFW Powerhouse Prep Academy. And then beginning this summer, 2026, DFW Powerhouse University.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm launching my own university. I played with it last year, had some guys sign up, didn't really get what I believed was going to manifest. But this year, DFW Powerhouse University, and started my own university. It's going to be an entrepreneurial university of sports where all of the athletes, but then you're going to come into the entrepreneurial world as well and kind of mix it all together.
That's dope. Now you said prep. Then these people can actually go to your school and things of that nature, or is this something that's online? Like, explain
Uh,
that to me.
for the for the Prep Academy for the AAU organization, I have my own Instagram uh,
Mm-hmm.
that I have, and I post my number and everything there. But most of the time, I don't launch tryouts and things of that nature. It was like, hey, you got an opportunity. Would you like to play? I haven't posted any tries or anything. Most of the time, it would be word of mouth and
Mm-hmm.
grab guys that will want to get that work in. Right now, I have an 8th grade team that's
Mm-hmm.
coming into fruition right now, and start from there with an 8th grade team. Never had too many teams. Never had 10, 20, 30 teams, anything like that. It's just that team right there.
Okay, cool.
Coming in.
That PBA league, where is it still going on? Because I remember, I went to I think a couple of the workouts at the MAC. And this was a while ago, but
Mhm.
it's still going on. Matter of fact, we actually brought some of the guys out. I think we did after a couple of workouts.
Oh, really? Okay. Well, yeah. So it is going on. I'm not attached with it, but it is still going on.
Okay,
The
okay.
guy that I was partnered in with it, he sold it,
Oh,
and sold it to somebody, but it is still going on.
okay,
Somewhere.
okay.
But there are a lot of different leagues that go on here that, man, just it's some amazing underground talent that's
Yeah.
being out here in the DFW for sure, and it's fun to watch and see guys.
What else you got going on, my brother? Like I know you got a lot of things under the hat that we can touch on. I just touched on the things that I actually know of, but what are the things I don't know of?
Oh man. I'm looking at in the process of launching my own 501c3. It's going to be PVO Family.
Mhm,
Uh, that's going to be launching here 2026. I'm looking at hosting some business, entrepreneurial, mental health, all those different things, seminars, different topics of life, mostly targeting mental health. Man, it's a lot of people that just don't know how to navigate. They don't know their identity. They have to
mhm,
find their identity. They don't have conversations about even knowing their identity and
mhm,
the expectations of it. So a lot of people are misled and misguided with the unknown of life because they need to talk about it a lot more, and it's okay to talk about. You're going to see more successes brought from conversations like that. So with the 501c3, we're going to partner in just with anybody and everybody that's be able to accept. So it's called Positive Vibes Only. So we're going to have, like I said, different seminars and things of that nature to bring out the light of mental health, entrepreneurship, the other lines of what life should be. Like I said, manners, just all these other different things that come
mhm.
together. Lot of different pieces in the world. You can go anywhere with it.
Yeah, definitely. Well, my platform is your platform. Whatever you need me to do, how I can help out, reach out and I'll be more than willing to help in any way I possibly can.
Yeah, big dog. And then last thing, shout out to the Perkins family, man. Shout out to my family, Kansas
Mhm.
City, born and raised. That is always my number one home. Dallas, I just pay rent here, but DFW,
Right.
I've been paying rent here 18 years now, and
Mhm.
that man. So shout out to my grandmother, man, Mildred Hodge. She loved Cowboys, man. She loved Cowboys. People see me go a lot of places now. I'm known as the ref with the Cowboy hat and Cowboy boots when I go. Get a lot of love and a lot of pictures and different things of that nature. But the other partnerships that I'll be partnering in, we're going to announce soon. I have a management company that's in the foundations being grown right now, and consulting side. And Infinite Roofing. Infinite Roofing is the official roofing company of the Dallas Mavericks and Legends. So that's been my top niche right now. If people have hail damage, wind repair, any full remodeling, we're a full GC, we're a full general contractor. We're able to bring the value of your home back to 100%. It's a billion storms that happen down here in the DFW every single year, and you need somebody that's reliable, that cares for you, and that's going to give you A+ customer service, and that's me right here.
Okay.
And, that's being grand right now with just being able to be out there in the world helping families, restore their home back to a rightful value. So $500 referrals.
Well, that's what's up. You is there anything you feel like we didn't touch on that you want to touch on and share? And definitely make sure you give all your avenues of where you can be reached on the show.
I'm gonna just say the number one avenue is I'm gonna just give my phone number. Not just playing. You know what avenue, man? The phone number, man. I got a lot.
Mike Jones.
Yeah, right. Look. Because, but again, just the number one is the Instagram mr underscore unlimited underscore my underscore way underscore of. So, because they give me the underscores, I don't want the underscores, but they put the underscores in there. Mr. Unlimited Way of Thinking. You'll come across it, or you have the DFW Powerhouse that's followed on Instagram. I have all of those added on there, and the Infinite Roofing. I'll end up adding it to the platform some way somehow, and locking you in, big dog. So, but I'm sure I'm gonna have another one come up probably before the end of the year. You know what I'm saying?
Right, exactly. You'll probably have another one.
But I mean, hey man, it's always a blessing. I want to hold you probably for another 2 or 3 hours. I can with conversation, but it's Sunday fun day, trying to get something to eat right now. I know.
You're right. You're right. It's just trying to mellow out before you gotta get ready to go to work tomorrow.
I don't go to work.
I know you don't.
It's all about hustling, big dog. It's about being productive. Never say busy. I'm always productive. No, I'm never busy. Always productive, man. Always productive. So
I'm productive.
peace, love.
Productive in picking up a check.
I appreciate your platform. I've seen a few of your podcasts, man, and it's just very inspiring, man. That I'm end up doing some different things myself, and I'm gonna bring you on as my guest, man.
Of course. Anytime, brother. Anytime. I'm there for you. You know that.
All right, big dog. Yes, sir.
Appreciate you, King. Thanks for doing this, man. I really appreciate you.
I love it, man. Peace, love, and happiness, big dog.
For sure. Have a good one.
Yes, sir. Blessings. Hey, I love all of y'all. Whoever watching, I love all y'all. Everybody, even that.
See you later, D.
Yes, sir. Howdy.
All right. All right, everybody. Thank you for tuning into the show. Shout out to my man DJ Dale Perkins for doing the show. Way overdue. Good brother. If you're ever in the community and you see him, say what's up to him. He got a lot of big things going on. He always positive. His energy is always the same. It never changes. That's a very good brother, man. One of the few brothers out here in Dallas that I met that's very genuine, and he's definitely one of them. Always showing love. And I'm gonna tune out. Thank you for everybody that tuned in. I saw everybody in Marv, my man, Anthony, Mike, Speedo. I seen you, Molly. I saw you. Sorry, I didn't get a chance to do the interview yesterday. Me, you, and Big Bro. Sorry, I didn't get a chance to do it. I was tied up yesterday, but we would definitely make that happen. Um, Shout out to Lemon for tuning in. I saw my man Gary tuned in, play on my 40 and over team, senior team. Shout out to him. Palumbo, I saw you too, baby. I saw you in there. Thank you. Appreciate you. And everybody else who tuned in, thank you for tuning in and always tuning in and checking in on A60. And a special shout out and also sending my condolences to the Green family on the passing of the father, Sean, Vanessa, Alan, and Mommy. I will be home, and we will be able to celebrate Daddy properly, like he would want it to be, around family. Salute to you. This show is dedicated to you, and I will see you later. Peace out.